Right, I'm just going to stream it onto Zoom.
So clever.
Oh, thank you. There we go. Right, I think we're going to be live on the Facebook group for our Mindfulness and May.
Yeah, amazing.
It's just loading in.
Such an important thing to be doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, 100%. And so, yeah, I'm really excited that you're doing this for us, Beth, because we wanted to focus in May on our mindset and our mindfulness and how, you know, all the pillars of well-being, what is so fundamental at the core of it is how we think and how we perceive things and what we can do to feed our brain, which is an absolutely huge component of our health. And for those of you that don't know Beth, she is a wellbeing coach and does a lot for her clients when it comes to positive affirmations, visualizations and things. So Beth, I just wanted to hear some of your top tips on that area for us.
Yeah, well, as you said, you know, we do all the things right in the B plan about looking after our physical brain, you know, the health of our physical brain with the omegas and with the capsules. And we also need to really think about how we're looking after our brain mentally and how emotionally we are. And a lot of people, you know, I specifically work with women that want to lose weight in a healthy way, get healthy from the inside, and then look and feel so much better on the outside. And I think it's really underestimated with a lot of people that are not so much in the wellness world. It really is underestimated how powerful our brain can be and how important the mindset is when we go on a wellness journey or where we want to reach a goal, any sort of goal. And we know that goal setting is really important. But do we know how much we can utilize our brain, how we can kind of manipulate it into really, you know, because our brain really struggles to tell the difference between reality and things that aren't real. So we need to kind of convince it. And the other thing is that we are so busy, life is so busy, we're just getting bombarded left, right and center all the time, you know, emails, kids, work, whatever, all the time with things. So our brain can't filter out what's important to us because there's so many things saying this is important, you need to do this, you need to do this, and everything just feels like it's important. So to really go on that wellness journey, you need to be able to focus your brain and actually really try and practice focusing your brain on what's important to you. And if that's losing weight, or if that's just getting healthier or getting better sleep, or you know, recovering from an injury, then really focusing your brain on getting better is what we need to be doing. Like, we need to practice that, we need to work on it. And one of those things that we can do is to set ourselves affirmations and to repeat those daily. So an affirmation is something where you get a sentence, it's a positive sentence, and you're saying it like in the affirmative, like it's already been achieved. And there's some ways you can tweak it as well to make it really effective. So I've made a few notes, so I'll probably look down at them in a minute. But affirmations need to be repeated. So I would recommend them being repeated at least 10 times, preferably morning and night, but definitely, you know, first thing in the morning to set you up for a really good day. And then at night time, maybe before you go to bed, so that your brain's kind of mulling over those as you sleep. I don't know how many of you, I know certainly if I've watched something on the telly right until I go to bed, I'm often dreaming about that sort of thing. So it does mull over in your head whilst you're sleeping. And some really nice things you can do with affirmations when you're constructing your affirmation, you know, depending what your goal is. So I work a lot with women that, you know, want to lose weight, as I said. So it might be something related to weight loss. And one of the top tips for creating an affirmation would be to make it personal. So I am, make it about you, and then use a nice strong emotion like grateful or happy or excited. So I am grateful and happy, or I am excited to be. So making sure your brain is emotionally connected to your affirmation. That's really helpful, because then you're going to trigger more neurons and get that brain really working towards where you want it to go. What else have I written down here? So also saying it as if it's already happened. So it's in the affirmative, it's in the present tense, it's already happened. Remember, we talked about, you know, your brain not knowing the difference between reality and non-reality. So making your brain think you've already achieved your goal. You've already got to where you want it to be. And then your brain really loves to solve problems. So it will then, once you've convinced it you're already there, it actually starts to work out, oh, well, how did I get here? What do I need to do then to actually get to that place? It's really clever. Obviously, our brains are clever. And then what else did I write down? So using descriptive words as well. So like effortlessly. So I am so excited and happy or grateful to be effortlessly living a healthy lifestyle, or effortlessly taking part in a daily bike ride, or a size 12, you know, whatever your goal is related to your goal. So adding emotions, making it personal to you, using describing words, and making your brain think that it's already happened so that it works on how to get you there. So that's a really good way to kind of create your affirmation statement, and just repeating that maybe sort of 10 times in the morning, 10 times at night. And it sounds so simple. It sounds a bit sort of woo-woo, like it's not going to work, but it's been proven to work. And people have had success with just getting their brains in the right place, I guess.
And it's all to do with the reason why this works, and I've looked so much into it and stuff, it's all to do with the subconscious brain. Your subconscious brain will always prove you right. And this is why having a positive mindset over a negative mindset, if you say like, oh, my life's so awful, your brain will always go, okay, I need to prove that you're right. So it will constantly find ways to prove that your life is awful. Equally, if you say, you know, I am so successful in da 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 da, it'll say, are you right? Okay. And it does that. So that's why affirmations are so effective to our subconscious brain, because it will always, as you said, problem solve, but always try and prove you right. So you are what you think, essentially. So this is why it's so important when we have our goals, when we have certain things we want to achieve for ourselves in life, in business, in happiness, in raising a family, is to tell that positive message to your brain, because it will go out and try and confirm that you're correct.
I love that phrase. If you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
Either way, you're right. Yeah, exactly. So that's the affirmation side, Beth. Just in sort of a few minutes, we talk a lot about manifestations, visualizations. Literally, you can almost see your way through to success. And I've heard a lot of people say this, I manifested it and it happened. I manifested this and 2 years later it became true. Manifestations is similar in terms of the subconscious?
Well, I think, and I think a visualization and practicing visualization, again, it's all a practice. It's all something we have to work on. It doesn't come easily. Definitely doesn't come easily to me, but visualization is a really good way of using your affirmation. So when not just saying your affirmations, but actually really picturing yourself. You know my little story about what I want to be wearing when I'm sitting on the sun deck, you know, nice hot country with my bangles and my, you know, loose sort of blouse and summer dress or whatever. But it's because I've visualized it, and I can smell like the summer air, and I can smell just that kind of sun creamy summery smell. I can feel the warmth of the sun on my skin. I know what I'm wearing. I know what I can see over that part of the veranda where I'm sitting. It's luggage because we're getting ready to go on holiday. You know, my family's next to me. So I've really thought this through, and I've got that visualization of where I want to be. And I know there's been studies, I don't know if we've got time to talk about studies that have been done on visualization. There were some basketball players, 3 groups of basketball players, and one group didn't do anything, one group did physical practice, one group did mental practice or visualization of their free throws. The group that didn't do anything didn't improve. The group that did physical practice improved by 24%. The group that just did visualization for an hour a day increased their score by 23%. It's pretty much the same as the group that did the physical practice. So our visualization is so powerful, because it's just programming, like you said, it's programming our brain and then into our bodies as well to actually achieve what we want to do. So you can get your affirmations, and at the same time as you're saying them, you're actually doing the visualization as well, where you want to be in 1 year's time, or 3 months' time, or 5 years' time, or whatever your goal is. So powerful.
Yeah. And I know that with the senses, it's so important. And I've learned this, that something you can do is, like when you're trying to calm yourself down, you take in 5 things around you. So you see 5 things, you listen to 4 things, you smell 2 things. So it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Similar with visualizations. If before bed, you start picturing your perfect day tomorrow, how are you going to get out of bed? What does it feel like on your feet when you put your feet on the floor? Is it a soft rug? Is it a carpet? Literally down to that. Like, when you pull back the curtains, is it sunny? Is it raining? So, literally you can visualize your perfect day. Similarly, with any goals, any success you want in your life, you can visualize what it looks like, how it feels, to be living that life. And I think that is, it's fascinating how literally just through visualization, you can improve yourself by 23%. That's massive. And that powered then with practice, you're in such a different ballgame.
Exactly. And the top sports athletes, all the top performers and sportsmen, and women, obviously, sports people, will be doing that. They do use visualization. So why shouldn't we in our normal everyday goals? We've got goals, we've got aspirations and dreams of where we want to be. So why shouldn't we use them? Well, we should be using them.
Oh, amazing. Beth, thank you so much for giving your advice as a wellbeing coach, how you help your clients. But this is something that we can use for every component of life. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, I need to do some visualization.
We don't do it enough. I don't do it enough. I practice it. I preach it. I should practice it more.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And I'd love to hear if you're watching this, what do you do? Affirmations? Do you do visualization? Is it something that have you ever done a manifestation and it's come true? Because I know we've all done that, for the things you really want in life, you sort of, I really want this to happen. And then one day, you're living that life. So
it's not just about just that thing just appears, is it? But you're programming your body to be making steps towards that thing kind of subconsciously. And our subconscious runs, like you say, it runs 95% of our brain. That's what we live off. That's how we make our decisions and our habits and our routines, all from our subconscious.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Beth, thank you so much. It's so nice because this month really is about focusing on our mindset. So we'll be going live at sort of 7:45 each Tuesday with our tips and things. And thanks so much, Beth, for being the first person to kick it off for us. Really appreciate that. And please drop your comment below and let us know what you thought and what you do. Cool. Thanks so much. Have a lovely evening. Thanks, Anne.
Yeah.
Bye.